Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Harlem, New York, put your cigarettes out and pull your panties out. Put your hands together. Mr. Good Friend.
Salute, and welcome to class, guys. Hit that like button. Keep in mind that we don't cater to any groups, gangs, communities, religions, feelings, emotions, races, none of that. We cater to the truth, we cater to common sense, and we do not complicate that, guys. Now, over here, we talk about Helluva mothers and how they're ruining everything. And you can be any color. Helluva mothers come in all colors, guys. All right? But today we're going to focus in on the black one. You know, I like to sweep my front door first. I know y'all get mad when I say that shit. But you can fit these templates on any race, guys, because this war is good versus evil. It's not about color, guys. All right, let's get on straight into this.
At 9, a woman is in the Harris County Jail. This is after officers say that she took them on a high-speed chase and used her own daughter as a shield in the standoff. That's right. Fox 26's Sherman Sell joining us live in the newsroom to break down what happened. Sherman.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. Some images from the police officer's body camera show the moment 35-year-old Tanisha Selena Henry put her daughter in a chokehold as police had their weapons drawn. Now, before we show you that, here's a timeline of what police say happened. Last Thursday around 9 p.m., the Western Police Department received an alert from the Bel Air Police Department about a suspect vehicle involved in a theft case in that city. Webster officers located the car and they attempted to pull the car over in the 500 block of Bay Area Boulevard for a broken light. And that's when the chase started. Precinct 8 constable deputies also got involved in this. Police say Henry was speeding on the Gulf Freeway service road, going over 100 miles per hour. She then made a U-turn and drove the wrong way on the southbound service road. Police say that car that Henry was driving eventually ran out of gas on Cullen. And when Henry got out of the car, she pulled her 14-year-old daughter out of the car with her, placed her in a chokehold, and used her as a human shield, asking police to shoot. Officers say the child was visibly distraught. Deputies were able to get behind Henry, tase her, and place her in custody. Now, Henry, of course, has a long criminal history of evading arrest, theft, and forgery in Florida. And police found stolen Texas IDs, debit and credit cards, and insurance information inside that car. She now faces several federal charges, including endangering a child.
So now you mean to tell me I can't have my kid if I'm broke, but a female can have custody of a kid with all that shit on their rap sheet? Do you see how these single mothers and these Helluva mothers become the right hand to white supremacy? They become the right hand to the devil, to Satan. They be doing the bidding, guys. This shit crazy right here. Absolutely crazy. That's a hell of a story. A fitting story for a hell of a mother, guys. Let's dig deep, though. Let's dig deep in on this story right here, because I have the actual video. You know what I mean? Before we get into that, let's warm it on up, because it's Sunday, and y'all know how we do over here. We talk Bible, and we talk the truth, because a lot of y'all probably bugging, like, yo, how the hell is that possible? Guys, it was written, guys. It's written. Isaiah 49:15. Can a woman forget her nursing child, that she should have no compassion on the son of her womb? Even these may forget, yet I will not forget you. Guys, this is why it's hella important for you to go MGTOW and go to your God, because God don't forget you. Everybody else in this fuck ass land is in here. Like I tell you, and guys, I'm not saying it to be mean or evil. Everybody fending for themselves. Everybody got their own problems. Nobody is perfect. You know what I mean? Everybody got their own shit going. Only person that got you is God. And you go to him when you go MGTOW, when you embrace your period of loneliness, guys. All right? You have to, guys. And ladies, y'all got to seek him. Y'all got to seek him. Y'all got to get the God. Y'all got to be patient. Y'all got to stop getting over and under. You know what I mean? You got to be patient. Let me play one of these. Let me play a clip from one of my sisters who kind of broke this thing down real good. Real good for y'all. So y'all can understand what's going on here.
Relationship with your creator and yourself should be priority. So who's next up after that? See, that's why it's dangerous when we be having children with men that we don't want to be with, that we don't be married to and stuff like that, because then we get in these situations where we don't know who to choose. Like, do I choose my man? Do I choose my child? Well, the order is yourself, your relationship with your creator. That's all in one. That's all in one. Then your man. Then your children. Your children don't come before your man, your husband. Do not ever come before your husband. Ever. Because y'all made them babies together. But when you got baby daddies, then you have to put your children before your man, because the order is up. The order is. So that's why women be struggling, like, do I put my child first or do I put my man first? Because we did this out of order. Because if you did this in order, your man come first. Your husband come first. Then your babies. Because it wouldn't even be no babies without your husband. Because everybody knows that the relationship with your creator and yourself should be priority. So
Absolutely. Well said, sis. Well said. I don't disagree with anything you said there, man. Anything you said there, man. Now let's get back to this story, guys. Let's get back to this story. Man, incredible. Incredible.
On 13, new video shows the moment a mother used her own daughter as a human shield during a police standoff.
The 14-year-old girl's mother's now behind bars, and tonight, a deputy who was able to help save the child's life is speaking out. Reporter Micah Hatfield joins us live with surveillance video that shows the harrowing moments, Micah.
Gina and Eric, certainly this was a very intense situation. I was able to speak to one of the deputies who was on scene today, and she told me that Tanisha Henry got out of the car and pretty much immediately put this young woman in a headlock. Herself and the other deputies on scene didn't know who that person was at the time.
At that point, I 100% believe that we had a hostage situation.
Not just a hostage, but a teen girl being used as a first line of defense against police. It was.
Now, I tell you guys, you see this more and more. This is how you know they didn't have these children to be parents. Oh no, I didn't want to. Hold on, I need to pause it. They didn't have these children to be parents, to be mothers, bro. They were modern women indulging in adult activities, and a baby came. They never wanted to. They never intended to be mothers, guys. And this is why it's important for you to wrap up, strap up, guys. You got to wrap up, strap up, because they're not going to tell you what you signing up for, bro. when they don't know what they signing up for. They do not know what they signing up for. And it is not motherhood, bro. Single motherhood, the definition of single motherhood is I was not ready to be a mother. I did not have being a mother in my plans. Unplanned pregnancy, guys. And you pay for it. You pay for it just by being the planter of that seed. Let's play that back.
Help save the child's life is speaking out. Reporter Micah Hatfield joins us live with surveillance video that shows the harrowing moments, Micah.
Dina and Eric, certainly this was a very intense situation. I was able to speak to one of the deputies who was on scene today, and she told me that Tanisha Henry got out of the car and pretty much immediately put this young woman in a headlock. Herself and the other deputies on scene didn't know who that person was at the time.
How you put your kid in a headlock, though? Like, remember, they run around here in this community, in this black community, thinking I brought you into this world so I could take you out. And that's so false. That's so false because we got a jealous God. Again, we got a jealous God. You are not those kids' God. Helluva mothers think they're the kid God. They think they our God. They run around here all day talking about I'm goddess, I'm queen. You are not God, man.
At that point, I 100% believe that we had a hostage situation.
Not just a hostage, but a teen girl being used as a first line of defense against police. It wasn't the first time last Thursday night that law enforcement says Tanisha Henry, a theft suspect, put her daughter in harm's way. She led them on a more than 25-mile chase with speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
A point she did end up exiting and going the wrong way.
And ended in a strip center parking lot on Cullen just off the Beltway when her car ran out of gas. That's according to the Precinct 8 Constable's office.
That shit Helluva. And don't hit me, miss me with the white folks, but the white people or that show me. And the frequency. We talking about the frequency. Remember, the other lady just used her son. In Chicago, she just used her son as a shield. You know what I mean? So, like, this is why I'm addressing it. This is why I'm pointing out and calling out our sisters. Our sisters need to get to some help. It's looking like this is how we're raised. We're raised with this foolishness because it's so common. Every time you look around, it's one of us, one of y'all, ladies.
Nearby surveillance captured Henry exit the car, approach the passenger side, and pull her daughter out of the car.
So essentially, she had grabbed her and put the passenger's neck in between her bicep and her forearm area and was pulling on her in that manner.
Precinct 8 Deputy A. Peters distinctly remembers Henry's next statements.
There were points that she said, shoot me, shoot us.
At the time, Peters says they didn't know the person being used as a pawn was Henry's 14-year-old daughter, but determined to end it peacefully.
Wow, good thing that they determined to end it peacefully, because so if they didn't determine the daughter, if they thought that was another little ratchet little thing, which she finna grow up to be another little ratchet little thing. But if they were determined that that was another little ratchet little thing, you mean they would have shot her? They would have shot her. Now, come on now, police. Come on now. This is where we need y'all to get y'all training up. Or you know what I mean? Y'all don't got bean bags and shit. Y'all don't got shit. Y'all don't use that. That, you know what I mean? Y'all don't know how to use them tasers. Because that would have been ugly. That would have been nasty situation. Still, it would have been a mom's fault, but it would have been a nasty situation. That would have been on you guys' conscience.
Out of the car.
So essentially, she had grabbed her and put the passenger's neck in between her bicep and her forearm area and was pulling on her in that manner.
Precinct 8 Deputy A. Peters distinctly remembers Henry's next statements.
There were points that she said, shoot me, shoot us.
At the time, Peters says they didn't know the person being used as a pawn was Henry's 14-year-old daughter, but determined to end it peacefully, the many deputies on scene were able to surround Henry while Peters got into position and tased her. The woman's upset daughter, who was begging her to stop, was not hit.
The nerves are there, obviously. It was an emotional situation.
Henry was cuffed and taken to jail. A search of the car turned up debit and credit cards, social security cards, health insurance cards, and driver's licenses that law enforcement say were not issued to Henry. Peters is grateful that the situation ended like it did.
Not only do we want to go home, but we want to make sure everybody else goes home as well.
The teen girl was released to a grandparent. Her mother remains behind bars. In downtown, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Helluva. Absolutely Helluva, guys. Absolutely Helluva, yo. Absolutely Helluva. You can't make this stuff up, man. I got some more stuff for y'all on this topic right here.
Nearby surveillance captured Henry exit the car, approach the passenger side, and pull her daughter out of the car.
There were points that she said, shoot me, shoot us.
I'm going to go on and drop the link. I dropped the link. So if you guys want to chime in, y'all come on and chime in and share your thoughts. Especially you ladies, you real mothers. You know what I mean? The real mothers. You know, I'm not going to sit up here and say, not all. I'm not going to do that. If you know, then you know. If you're not one of them, then you're not offended when I start shooting. All right? But if you got anything you want to say, add to this, call it out. Call it out. We need to hear from y'all more often. We need to hear from y'all more often. You know what I mean? So call it out. Which I got on this story. I'll be playing it back. But before we get back to playing the story, let me bring some education to this foolishness. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's foolishness. And we talk about the male incarceration, you know what I mean? All I can see and all I can hear and open my news up to is women doing dumb shit, black women doing dumb shit. Now, sisters, if 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 you remove your last line of defense, because you're fitting to use those kids in this war with the trans women, you know what I mean? So if you sacrifice your kids to the police, what you going to use, you know what I mean, to help you to defend your to defend the war against the trans women that's coming over, because they're gonna take over. They're taking over. You know what I mean? And y'all causing a lot of trouble. Y'all causing a lot of fires and a lot of wars with a lot of sectors of the community. You know what I mean? Y'all already shitted on us. Y'all already done got our kids, turned our kids on us. You know what I mean? So y'all used our kids on us. Now you finna use your kid on police. That's what you're doing now? Come on, we got to do better. We got to do better. This is disgusting right here. All right, guys, let's go. I said I ain't even breaking these up. I'm going to throw all three of these suckers down here. right here. This is what he talk about. This is what our Bible tell us about bad parenting, sucky parenting, guys. And this is why it ain't no order right now with the kids. Don't be surprised. Let's start. Proverbs 29:15. The rod and reproof give wisdom. Remember, he said, we suffer, my people suffer for the lack of knowledge. What knowledge and what wisdom you think he talking about? You think he talking about that shit that y'all be promoting in them schools, in them government Satan zaddy schools, that indoctrination? No, that's not the knowledge that they were supposed to be teaching us, guys. The rod and reproof give wisdom, but a child left to himself brings shame to his mother. It's a specific reason why he included the mother name in that. You know what I mean? He used the mother, he used the father. You know what I mean? You rarely hear him spoke as parents. He used the mother and the father, mainly the father, but specifically in this scripture, he said shame to his mother, because he knew that these women to be down here on earth removing discipline, removing the fathers from these kids. That's what it all stemmed down to. All this come down to the single mother statistics, bro. The lady now, although she was a mother, the Texas woman, although she was a mother, guys, who raised her? I bet you she ain't got no father. She ain't had no father figure. A rap sheet like that, she been trying to keep her mama lights on since she was a little kid, since she was a little girl. Old street fighting chick, guys. Old red section. You know what I mean? Proverbs 13:24. Whoever spares the rod, I just spoke it, whoever spares the rod hates his son. So these women out here hate their kids. The minute they play this baby father drama, baby mama drama shit with the baby father and find all sorts of ways to not communicate and not work with the dad and give him his half, since it take two to make one, though, this is why. That's how you spare the rod. Remember what he told us, the rod and reproofing gives wisdom. But if y'all ladies is out here sparing the rod because you hate your son and you hate the baby father, you know what I mean? Whoever spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him. It's all about the discipline. These kids running around here prostituting and shooting because they have no discipline. It's a lack of discipline, and the discipline was removed. So we could play dumb. We could play dumb all we want. But you know what I mean? While y'all play dumb, y'all ain't gonna be able to answer this for me though. And see how it ties in, guys. I don't make this stuff up. I don't make this stuff up. The Bible ain't make this stuff up. God ain't make this. This is what it is. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. This is the instructional handbook. This is the basic instructions before leaving Earth. And it all ties in. However you want to play it. I told y'all when I first started the channel, right? I said, however you want to play with me, I'm prepared to play with you. Now we could go worldly, because I could beat you at the worldly shit. I could beat you at your own ratchet game. If you want to go spiritual, we could go spiritual, because I'm studied and I'm clipped up when it comes to this Bible. You know what I mean? However you want to do it. But the truth will still be the truth. The truth is the truth. The context of the truth is still the truth. Psalms 127:3. Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord. You see, you didn't create nothing. You ain't create shit. All right. So you ain't bring them into this world. You carried them. You enjoyed the pleasures of fucking and sucking to create, to have them. But they are God. They belong to God. They don't belong to you. These children are not your property, ma'am. The men in the community, they're not your property. You know what I mean? You control you. Behold, children are a heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb, a reward. All right. I could tie that into why women overall are the gift, dummy, not the prize. But I saved that for a whole nother lesson. You know what I mean? Deuteronomy 6:6-7. And those words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children. This is what we talk about, the wisdom that they didn't teach us. They didn't teach us no wisdom. This is why you have to make tile. This is why when you hear them say, get it out the mud, you know what that means? You got to erase everything that you were taught back in the ways of the world. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how much you love them. Look at the results they have. Do you love their results? If you don't love their results, then you should not love what they're telling you. Stop taking advice from failures. Unless you studying them to see what you don't want to do, stop taking advice from failures, guys. You got to change the laws of your mind. And that means, guys, erase all that dumb shit and get to some studies. Get to some reading. Start reading. Whatever you like to do, start with that. Whatever you like to do, go make sure that's what you like. Go research it. And then down that rabbit hole creates going to create another rabbit hole. And then before you know it, you have tons of rabbit holes growing, right? Then before you know it, you're in different environments because you're sharing this newfound information with new people who also like this information. And some of them going to be smarter than you. And that's where that growth come in at. You see how it stemmed back from the environment, but you got to change what you've been taught. We got my guy, the Beezy. Hold on, let me get that intro. Beezy, what's going on, my guy?
Top of the morning, champ. Top of the morning, chat. Hey, man. I done seen so much shit and heard so much shit, man. I've been out of denial. I'm not surprised about hearing nothing about the capabilities of a so-called mother. You know, when we hear the word mother, you know, we associate it with love, nurturing, protection, and caring and nice shit. But like some of these bitches, man, just because they give birth to a child, they don't deserve the title of mother. When we see shit like this, man, I mean, it's like, how many times are we gonna hear about a woman deleting her child or a woman using her child, like everyday thing, you know, in everyday life, you know, women use their child for attention, for sympathy, they use it for money, for some kind of security, companionship. I mean, you know, you can think of all kind of usage of a child, and sometimes, man, I mean, you know, they use it as a tool to hurt the father. So if you hate the father more than you love your child, then you'll use your child for anything. And in this case, this bitch used her child as a shield because they know that if they shoot her, they're going to shoot the child. And that's the most selfish shit you could ever think of, man. But, you know, the shit happens all the time, every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised no more. It's just the general public needs to get out of denial about the way these females are. And the system is set up like that. I mean, we gone over videos where bitches be slipping out of handcuffs. So the system ain't even geared to arrest women. They're not even prepared to arrest women because the cuffs aren't even made for the women. They're made for men. And when you go in the court system is not even geared to penalize a woman for perjury. So when you got a lot of false accusations and shit like that, you know, the system is like shocked because it doesn't know what to do with a woman that lies and makes these false accusations because they're geared to treat women as victims and they're only meant to punish men. So that's why we need a whole system reset. We need family court reform. We need a lot of shit, man. I mean we're in an age where we know women brag on songs about prostitution. We know women use prostitution as a hustle, just like shoplifting, theft, any way they can make money, child support, welfare fraud, all kind of shit. But we deem a woman as a victim of herself because some of these bitches don't got pimps. Who do you blame for a bitch stripping and trying to use a man? You got women that use men for dates and they expect a man to pay for everything. There's women that expect men to cash app them without even meeting them. So with that mindset, who's really the predator and who's really the victim?
Damn, man. That's a good question. We got
Shots.
King Grove in the crib. What's going on, King Grove?
Hey man, hey man. The homie was talking some real shit right there, man. That's where my mind at. So I'm just gonna say church on that one, man. Let's continue.
From the heart, though. That was from the heart. Yo, let me finish up this Bible scripture. In fact, now I got my boy King Groove. King Groove, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, I can read since Reby was doing the centipede. You know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Okay, this is Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6 and 7 in the English Standard Version. All right. And these words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise.
And that's church, not gossip. All that dumb shit y'all be doing in them households on that plantation, that shit ain't helping nothing. That shit is not teaching them up. They can't use that when they go outside them doors and reality slap them in the head. But the truth about you and your mistakes and your flaws and what you did, they can use that because that's the stuff they not gonna do. But if you sit there and hide the truth from these kids, you ain't gotta teach them a bunch of bad shit. You're not teaching them a bunch of good shit, so they unbalanced. Let's go. Last but not least, my favorite one.
Okay, what is this? The live is in the way. What book is that? Is that Leviticus?
Oh, that's this Proverbs 23, 22 through 25.
Bad. Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old.
All right,
By
hold
truth.
on. Hold on. Now, why would he
Shit.
say it like that? Why would he tell you like that? So he know she got a bunch of foolishness for you. She gonna teach you a bunch of foolishness in your childhood. You're gonna get a point when you get older and you're gonna realize, hey, that was some dumb shit. Don't be mad at it. Don't be mad at it. But just know it. Address it. Be able to take the pill and regurgitate. You know what I mean? Be able to regurgitate it, man. Go ahead, King Grove.
Now that's real talk, man. Y'all boys cooking today. Damn, y'all got the fish grease. Hold up. Yeah. Listen to your father who gave you life, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy truth and do not sell it. Buy wisdom, instruction, and understanding. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice. He who fathers a wise son will be glad in him. Let your father and mother be glad. Let her who bore you rejoice.
Exactly, bro. Y'all got the. I'm gonna let that sit there. Let that sizzle in your spirit. It was all written, bro. We could pretend, we could play games all we want, but it was written. Screenshot this, guys. All right, y'all, let's get back to the story. Well, I got my guys here. I got another clip. I got the actual video. Oh, God damn it. I just had the shit back there. Hold on, I got it. Got the actual clip. I want y'all to see how she pulled the fucking kid out from this angle. As you can see, how she pulled the kid straight on out in the chokehold. She gonna appear back here, guys. Back here where this red car is.
Nearby surveillance captured Henry exit the car, approach the passenger side, and pull her daughter out of the car.
Amazing.
There were points that she said, shoot me, shoot us.
Guys, man, y'all want to go want to put an end cap on this so we get the hell on out of here? Enjoy the rest of our Saturday. King Grove, I'm going to start with you, King Grove.
Well, my grandpa used to have a mop and a bucket, you know what I mean? And it was a dark brown bucket, and the mop hair was about that color when it was clean, and it was dirty and full of, garbage and crap from the floor, you know what I mean? Her head looked like the strings on an old mop from Home Depot, man. So, unfortunately,
if you
I'm
hold it
just saying,
upside
bro,
down and shit, right?
upside down, man. Look here, bro. I tell you what, man. You can get and you can tell it's good quality work. I know Braden. I done sent a lot of bitch heads to the Braden shop to come looking cute so they could, recruit and be out there and put some money in their boot, whatever. But she was, the hair was looking, it was nice. I can tell she spent a grip on it. My thing is this, man. What good does it do to have such expensive and nice looking hair if you're a terrible hell of a mother and you're endangering your children, man? That's all I'm saying, bro. You could pay $400 for micro braids and twisties and all this other color shit. It just don't make no damn sense to me. Like at the end of the day, man, I know it's corny, but like they said, Dionne Warwick and them said back in the day, the children are our future. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. People can say what they will about the old school, black women and sisters, but at least these sisters, at least by age 25, they walked around with a little class and decency. They wasn't walking around half naked in public in broad daylight. You feel me? And they was trying to teach their kids a little something. The dads, they knew a little something. The dads knew a little something about politics. I saw an episode of Good Times the other day when James Evans was still alive. And the stuff he was saying, talking about politics, he sounded like a red pill, bro. I said, damn. So your average construction worker or warehouse Negro knows what's going on with the government, politics, why there's inflation. So you don't have to be, sitting at the top of the class in MIT to know what's going on in your country. And that's why we going through what we're going through. That's why we got the dumbass president that we got now. You know what I'm talking about? That's why they got dirty brown water in Flint. You feel me? Michigan. That's why now Asians, God bless the Asians, they're a protected class. Negroes been getting whooped, hung, and chased and dragged from the back of pickup trucks in past and modern times. And we have never, and probably will never be a protected class, even though we had a half nigga president that didn't do shit for us. He only did things for the Cheerio community. You know what I'm talking about? So at the end of the fucking day, man, my people are destroyed because they don't have knowledge. And I see, what I'm talking about, ignorance is you niggas' worst enemy. So many ignorant people out here, man. The fact that, like, look, even you had girls who was doing burlesque shows back in the day, or they did adult stuff, or they were stripping. Okay, they did that. But at the end of the day, by a certain age, they cleaned it up. They tried to be, decent ladies, moms. Maybe they moved out of state to a different area. But I'm going to say this, ladies. If you on a song talking about we eat niggas' asses, you ain't never going to lay that shit down. You feel me? Because, and I'm gonna say this too, man. You know, people be hating on the prostitutes and the sex workers and the girls on the videotape. Every girl, damn near I know, that made videos with niggas in the hood circulating somewhere. All you bitches on tape somewhere. Let's just keep it a buck, man.
It's damn true.
You feel me? And I hate to say that. Let's just keep it a buck. And I'm gonna tell you something. Me personally, I'm preferable to African women if I want to deal with a melanated woman, because you're not gonna find that, and they got the biggest asses on the planet, nigga. But you ain't gonna find their asses all over no old VHS tape for no freak Nick or no Kappa Beach party. That's all I got to say about that, man. Church.
Let them
Yes,
wear
indeed.
it.
King Grove.
Church, bro. Church, yo. Bell, MVP, man. Take it away.
Yeah, man. I don't know if anybody is familiar with this term, but I want you to Google this shit. Stockholm syndrome. A lot of children are suffering from this shit at the hands of single mothers. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. They are a lot of children are used as leverage, man. Can you put that picture of the woman got her daughter in the headlock right there, man?
Gotcha.
Because when you see a child with her mother and you don't see a dad present, I want you to visualize this picture.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. Visualize this picture and then understand what you just Googled and the word you just learned about the Stockholm syndrome. And without children, without most of these women, especially single women, without the child, they have no leverage. And you know, we just need to stop looking at certain things as innocent or whatever, because a lot of these things are deliberate, you know. And that old saying goes, a hostage can't make demands. And that's what a lot of these kids are hostage with a single mother. You don't know a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes. You just see what they present. You know what I'm saying? They might present cuteness and, you know, you see the kid with Jordans on, but behind the scenes, it's mental torture. It's mental torture because these kids lose their first innocence from that mother. They teach the kid how to hate. The kid shows the display of hate that this bitch has for family members, the father, and certain different motherfuckers around her. You know what I'm saying? So this bitch creates divisions in families and relationships, wedges. And some of these wedges are so, and some of these things are so petty in families that it breaks families up. And now you can't even be close to your cousins because you feel like you violated the loyalty of your mother. So this is why families separate, because of petty beefs with women and families. So men, I know a lot of men have been trained to accept certain shit, and they've been groomed by their moms to accept certain shit, accept certain type of women, accept the way they look, the way they act, you know, because you grow up used to being around certain toxic women. So therefore you think this shit is natural, but it's not natural. You just been accepted, you know, groomed to accept this shit. So, hey man, all I can say is, man, be aware of certain things, man. You know what I'm saying? You learn shit every day. And so certain things that you learn, you got to step back and look at your surroundings, man. And if it applies to you, man, you got to learn how to deal with that shit. And sometimes you got to separate yourself from certain toxic motherfuckers so you can live, so you can be happy, so you can do your thing, man. But I mean, you know, man, this is another, you know, example of how women use their children, man, as a shield. You know what I'm saying? Man,
Man, BG, that was heartfelt. That was heartfelt, bro. That was from the heart right there, bro.
Double
Word.
church on that shit, man.
We got BT, the stat major. What's going on, BT?
What's going down? Good morning.
Who got BT up in here? That old Louisiana titty sucker.
Y'all niggas ain't shit.
BT,
What's
what
happening,
it
homie?
do, BT?
Every day, and don't get me wrong, I got a social life too, but I find time every single day to send both of y'all content because I know that I only send y'all relevant stuff. I don't just be sending y'all dump loads, it's just irrelevant shit. But I want y'all to understand where we at in society nowadays. Why is it that we are so desensitized to hoes doing shit like what this bitch here is doing? Why is it that we got a nigga from New York, a nigga from Portland, a nigga from Houston, and a nigga from Baton Rouge? Why is it that all of us have the same story in regards to how these hoes act? This whole act just like the hoes where y'all from, where I'm from. Only difference is she might be from a different state. Like the Bell just said, society right now is not structured and set up to hold these hoes accountable. And these are I'm not saying all women, melanated women. I'm saying hoes. This is a hoe. This is somebody who had children for all the wrong reasons. She had children for the same reason why she had children for the same reason why somebody might buy a dog just for company or just to use it. It's not really a person. She had that child for monetary gain. And you think that's cold-blooded? How much y'all want to bet she probably abuses that child, cusses the child out, burns the child with cigarettes? A lot of people who are not from the inside like us, they're not used to seeing hoes do the same shit we say niggas do all day. Be heartless, cold felons who only thinking about right here, right now, not the future. They lack foresight. I just want a lot of people to understand it's not a gender war. Like Zone said, it's an agenda war. They using bitches like this to basically take the black community down from the inside out. What could somebody like this teach a child? What could she teach a child? What could she show a child? Like, do you think this bitch is gonna encourage that little girl to finish high school? Is she gonna encourage that child to be the best she can be? Is she gonna encourage that child to date good, successful men who are gonna treat her well? Or do you think this bitch is probably gonna show her daughter how to manipulate a nigga for money? How to get child support out of somebody? How to scam somebody? How to fight her homegirls and other dumb shit like that? Church.
Man.
Say, man, I want to pull up. Hey, Good Bread, I want you to address what the brother Kendall Nabstar said, man, because you talked about that a few months ago.
Yeah, we know that boy Democratic Party, 200 years of poverty, 200 years for poverty. They traded in 200 years for poverty, and our women got the fake right to vote, the participation right for black women to vote, which was for them to be the governor of poverty. The black community governs poverty, guys. Understand that. Be aware of that. You know what I mean? Poverty is definitely a choice. You know what I mean? Slavery is a choice. You know what I mean? 21st century slavery is a choice. You know what I mean? Consumerism is a choice. Debt is a choice. Remember that, guys. We
Hey,
gonna go on and get the fuck on out of here, though. Man, I appreciate y'all for
hey,
the
bro.
great spill.
Hey, bro. I want to address what BT said, man, about as far as what these bitches do, as far as what their children. Majority of these black kids are not a plan.
I said that.
Majority of us are born out of the act of fucking.
Yep.
So, you know, it is I mean, as sad as it might be, it sound, you know what I'm saying? I mean, most children are born out of is accident. It's an accident that you are here. So there was no plan for your success. Most of these bitches that are having kids don't even have a plan for themselves. They don't know what they're gonna do from day to day. You know, they hustling, they going from dick to dick. They're learning from society, as society teaches them how to be a hoe and how to scam and how to use men and how to, you know, how to conduct themselves in society and show their sexuality to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? It's so fucked up. So when you have a woman like this, she's not prepared to be a mother. Most of these bitches around here don't even got their shit together, but they having sex, and you're doing something that you can't even afford. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even have a structure set in place to even raise kids. And I ain't saying afford like having money. I'm talking about afford mentally. You're not even mentally and spiritually prepared to be a parent. And that goes for niggas too. You know? I mean, you just put in you having sex and you just put into a situation to where now you got to execute, and you trying to execute with no plan and no practice of how this shit even supposed to work, because you're not even doing the research. You know what I'm saying? Parenting classes aren't even required at the point of pregnancy. It's usually required when you're breaking up or when you're going through a divorce or when you're trying to fight for custody. By that time, it's too fucking late.
Anytime you have a society where the majority of single successful black people don't have children, and the majority of the retard niggas who do drugs, come from broken households, live in the projects, are having all the kids, you're destined to have a dystopia.
Yeah, we saw that in the mouse. We saw that in the mouse utopia. We saw that. We saw that in the breakdown in the experiment that they did on the mice. But y'all guys, y'all sleep on that Bible, man. What the bell? I want to go back to what the bell said. What the bell said was so fucking biblical, bro. It's the immaculate exception. Think about it. We all was put here without a plan, like a motherfucker. We all just dropped right out of wedlock sex. There was no plan for us. There was no, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So it's literally us in that basket, us in that basket, bro. In that war, in that jungle. We in it for ourselves, but we gotta survive. We got to raise ourselves. We got to always be focusing on us, ladies. And see, y'all spend too much time focusing on other shit. Going back to what we said earlier, y'all worry about your hair getting done. Y'all worry too much about paper cuts. And y'all don't spend enough time on that big old gash in y'all forehead called y'all mentality. That's what you got to be about. You got to put all your energy, all your effort in fixing that, man. You have to get better. You know what I mean? And then worry about everything else. You're going to see once you get better, ain't shit to worry about. You ain't going to be worrying about shit. You're going to be enjoying your newfound success with your newfound mindset. But all right, y'all. We could go on and on and on and on and on and on and about this, but I'm sure give it about 2 hours, we'll have another story.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up, yo.
Mm-hmm. Already got some in the chamber.
Facts. All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. Peace, man.
Yeah, for sure. Peace, brother. Y'all notice how niggas that Hold up, girl. I just want to say this real quick and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
But you notice how dudes who was either raised with a dad or you was raised with like a strong uncle or a stepdad or even a mama's boyfriend who hung around for a while and was cool, nigga at the barbershop, the football coach, basketball coach, somebody in the community who really gave you that strong black man mentorship and raised you how to be a man. Now you notice how if you one of them dudes that was raised by that, as you get older in life, you're gonna have trouble getting along with a lot of the Negroes you grew up with who didn't have that because
That's a
they got
fact.
big ways.
That's a fact.
Yup.
That's a fact. That's why we're a unique bunch over here in the Righteous Fear, King Grove. Hey, we not for everybody. We not for all these niggas. We not for every nigga now. You know what I mean?
You mean like you got niggas hanging T-shirts up on their wall, wearing, you know what I'm talking about, fucking broke ass, fake, low budget Eric Benet, Baltimore ass niggas and shit. You
Yeah,
got
you
other
got
niggas
niggas. You got
riding
niggas.
around in the
It's
garbage truck looking like
2023.
Homer Simpson.
It's 2023. You still got niggas with gold teeth in their mouth and shit. Know what I mean? You know what I mean? Niggas is goofy niggas, bro.
It's a different world, man.
Le Fleur, Le Fla, Escoshka. We out of here.
All right, peace.